ELI5 From the point of view of a photon, is the universe a dimensionless point? I think one of the stranger implications is that for a photon of the cosmic microwave background radiation reaching us from outer space, the entire age of the universe elapses in a single moment. Entire stars have been formed and died out, entire civilizations rose and fell, entire species came into existence and went extinct, and to those photons, all the time that elapsed while it was in transit was all a single instant, because at the speed of light time comes to a halt. Let's suppose there is a point of view of a photon, or right a beam of light as Einstein dreamed. Then, from this point of view, a photon traveling next to us in the same direction is going to be static, just like two cars on an interstate going at the speed limit. We just broke one of our fundamental physical laws from our point of view: there's light stationary. So, speaking about what a photon perceives requires ignoring laws we have proven millions of times. I'm just curious. I get that relatively speaking the distance is negligible. But still, we are able to measure a time between the light being emitted from the sun to when it reaches our eyeballs. Changing to a point of view from the photon, would mean to observe at the speed of light. If one travels at the speed of light, does not time still elapse, albeit warped stretched a bit? There is no POV of a photon in special relativity. Speed of light is the same in all reference frames. You can't construct a reference frame that moves along a photon as that implies speed of light is 0 in that frame. If you put BC in the time dilation formula, you get division by 0, domain error. A photon is an eternal object that does not experience time. We don't know. What we do know is that our current models don't allow us to figure it out. Similar to the uncertainty principle, answering that question would require us to drastically change our understanding of the universe, if it's at all possible. Surely there isn't space for more than one. That is an unjustified leap of logic. Photons don't take up space. As bosons, they can undo overlap in all relevant ways. They can occupy the same physical space in quantum states. Well, you see, us humans can't even fathom that kind of time, because it's really, 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 really fun to imagine a speed of light ride. Dr. Jimmy's Tupper. Search YouTube for Flatland. Terry's 2 films based off of a book. I think that is exactly what you are looking for. It's mostly about how two-dimensional beings would perceive the world, but they do visit a one-dimensional character. To the photon, it is both the beginning and end of the universe. It probably wouldn't been able to distinguish itself from the universe. Like if you paused a photon right now, it would think the Big Bang just happened. According to our current understanding of physics, from the point of view of a photon is a meaningless phrase. The equations that we use to shift between reference frames break down for the speed of light. The equations in special relativity are not valid when VC. This includes a calculation for time dilation. Anyone saying what happens for something traveling at sea is pure speculation. No! A photon emitted from the sun is not absorbed in your eyeball at the same time. Yes, there is distance and time has elapsed for photons to travel across it. Photons take all possible paths. Photons are just the clicks your detector makes. Do they even exist in between the source and detector? I think there's an elapsed time from the moment it emits from the sun to your eyeball. And it's about 8 minutes. No time elapses from the moment it emits from the sun and absorbs in my eyeball. How do we know that what you described is true even before the photon leaves a star? POV is a function of consciousness. I guess the question is from the point of view of the universe. Are you any more than a photon? We have absolutely no idea what happens in the point of view of a photon. It's all speculation.